So welcome back to the Yoga Sutras. We are in the sadhana pada because this time in our world is requiring us to have a daily practice and a practice towards the action, the kriya yoga, the yoga of action that alleviates suffering and prevents the future pain that is yet to come. We'll learn the pragmatics about how to do this in this particular chapter, the sadhana pada. Today we're on Yoga Sutra 2.5. We're learning what is avidya, what is it defined as? And one of the ways it is defined is that we are confused about things like what is impermanent, what is permanent. We are confused between impurity and purity. We are confused between misery and happiness. We are confused between what is our divine nature and what is not our divine nature. So to be clear, what is the confusion between impermanence and permanence? We mistake that which is impermanent to be permanent. For example, when we're in the throes of a very painful feeling, it can feel like it's going to go on forever. When we're experiencing pain, the brain interprets that from the survival networks as this could go on forever. This is unending and I can't endure it. So that's when we're mistaking something impermanent for something permanent. But we also long to have things that are impermanent made permanent. For example, like these lovely creatures, right? Wouldn't it be nice if they lived for the full life spectrum that we live? Or we want something that feels really joyful and wonderful, like a particular season in our life. We want that to be what is ongoing and to remain permanent, but it's not fixed. It has the fluctuations. It's considered ephemeral. Our life has an ever-changing, ephemeral, impermanent nature to it, the life in the body, right? And so what is permanent? What is abiding? Nitya. So when we say, for example, Nitya is in the name of some of the saints, Swami Nityananda, means that there was an ongoing permanent joy. Nitya, Ananda, Ananda means joy. So we also get confused between the impurity and the purity. So ashuchi and shuchi, you're going to hear those words in this sutra. And we confuse misery for happiness. And we do that in the form of not realizing that what we're about to eat, if it's food that we can't digest, might feel pleasurable right now, but it's going to cause misery. So it's actually misery, it's dukkha. If you eat the foods you can't digest, if you eat the foods that cause you symptoms, it causes you misery, but at the moment it feels like pleasure. So we're confusing dukkha and sukha. Or if you stay up way too late on social media or scrolling or working on the computer and you have very poor sleep, in the moment it feels like it may be joyful and purposeful, but the activity is going to cause misery or suffering. So let's try this on together. We'll do one word at a time, and we'll put a couple words together. Allow yourself to find your breath and your center. Anitya, 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 ashuchi, 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 dukkha, 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 anatmasu, 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 anatmasu. We just named everything that defines avidya. We mistake the impermanent, the impure, and the suffering, and we mistake the self in not recognizing what it actually is. So those are like the four problematic things, right? Now we have the beneficial ones. Nitya, 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 shuchi, 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 sukha, 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 atma kyatir, atma kyatir, atma kyatir, atma kyatir, avidya, 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 avidya. So here, the last two words in our English language, we might think of them as the first two words, because avidya means ignorance, and then it's defined. So what's happening here is you are told the things, and then it says, when you're misperceiving all of this, you're going to be in avidya, you'll be in the suffering. So the sentence can sometimes seem like it's written backwards to us in our own, colloquial way of speaking and understanding things. But this, now we're going to put it together. Okay, so Anitya ashuchi dukkanatmasu. Anitya ashuchi dukkanatmasu. Anitya ashuchi dukkanatmasu. Anitya ashuchi dukkanatmasu. Now the more helpful words, the more beneficial. Nitya shuchi sukhatma. Nitya shuchi sukhatma. Nitya shuchi sukhatma. Nitya shuchi sukhatma. Kyatir avidya. Kyatir avidya. Kyatir avidya. Kyatir avidya. Let's try the whole sutra, okay? Again, don't let the interference of a perfectionistic voice come to you, or the inner critic, or any of that. You're learning something and you may be trying it for the first time. So simply do your best and know that this is the way that monks and aspirants and yogis and sannyasins, how they learned all the time. The Rishikumars, the children in Rishikesh, this is how they learn. They learn this before they learn to read and write. Actually, they learn it by hearing it, not by seeing it. Okay. All right, let's see how we do. Anitya shuchi dukkanatmasu. Nitya shuchi sukhatma kyatir avidya. 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 So may we come to the discernment inside that we will not confuse the pleasurable for the non-pleasurable. We're not going to confuse misery for pleasure. May we not confuse the impermanent for the permanent. May we not confuse the impure for the pure, the inauspicious for the auspicious. May we not be confused. We may need to check in with each other from time to time so we can lessen our confusion and strengthen our discernment so that avidya is not proliferated. So, thank you. Let's finish with the sound of Om. Om. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.